Good day. Howdy, folks. Just checking the monitors. Can you hear me all right? Yeah, check, check, check. Microphone's working. How we doing? Well, welcome. This is a Hangout video. We're not going to be doing anything too serious here today. This is simply hanging out. I just got off work, and I'm going to roll a couple fun times. Little happy smokes, somebody once called them. We're gonna get a couple of happy smokes on the go here. Yeah, like I said, nothing too serious. This is just going to be a hangout video. Something where we can, go through the comments if anybody's got some questions or they want to share what they're doing with their day or what's going on in their part of the world. This is the video for that. It's also just to keep updated, keep posting, stay relevant, right? So this is that bag I showed in the last video I made called Pot of Gold. Now, I've had this a couple times, so this isn't going to be an initial review. Let's say just a little synopsis of what it, and there's multiple strains of varieties in this as well, so it's hard to give you like a, oh, this is not this. What I'd say is it does the job. It does the job very cheaply, and quality of the product is not lacking. So, we're just gonna roll this up here. Let's see if I can get you in a shot here. But my head, you're supposed to keep the head in the frame still. All right, push that back. That's better. Now, I am not a professional roller. I have not been hired to do this by anyone except myself. And how do I pay myself? I usually smoke the thing that I'm rolling. I had the unfortunate thing happen where I lost my vape and could not find it. I know where I lost it though. I just couldn't get it back because I lost it on public transit. I say vape, but it's not really vaping. It is, but it isn't. It's not vaping nicotine, it was THC. And it fell out of my pocket, and that's okay. Just told me I needed to take a break. I was going a little heavy. And I was like basically going to space and then not returning. So I think I had to lose it for just a couple days until I buy another one, right? But we'll do another review because I actually, instead of having one battery, I got two now. So when they show up, I'll have two. If I lose one, I'll still be good. And I can also put a sativa and an indica in one and just keep them going. Do that. Could double fist it if I wanted even. So I'm just getting that filter ready here. I'm going to go put it in the small end here. I let it expand before I push it in. Even though sometimes it doesn't let me go all the way. Especially if you catch the paper, sometimes that's the problem. But no, I think it's just tight. So we're going to have to squeeze that in. Now I want to thank you for subscribing to the channel. I want to thank you for participating in the videos, in the comments, liking the video, sharing the videos. These are wonderful things for my channel. It really helps support the growth of the channel. This is one of my small businesses, let's say. Okay, it's not going in there. So we packed that in pretty tight now. Hole, we're going to put it in this little big hole. Little big hole. Just like that. Now I have one. This will probably be the one that first one's a dud usually. Not the best looking. That's okay. Doesn't have to look pretty. You're smoking it anyways. But it's nice when it does look pretty. And I might put a little bit of added spices, let's say, in this next one here. We're going to throw a little bit of this whole pixie dust in there. I got a scraper. And we're just going to compile a little mountain of this stuff. It's cool when you have this thing full. I've never had this full. It's cool when you see one that's full. Don't forget about the missing little bits everywhere. And try not to fling it. It's very delicate. Yeah. It's literally the dust from God's feet. Oh, don't spill it. Yeah. Do all the technical stuff before you actually smoke. Another update, I guess, if we want to call that. I've been playing Knights of the Old Republic, which is a Star Wars game. I don't know if we got any Star Wars fans watching. Hit that like button if you're a Star Wars fan. But that's what I've been playing lately. I did a little playthrough and immediately it was Dark Side the first time. And it's not because I have an affinity to any side or another. Probably be a gray Jedi, if anything. But the first time I went through, I was the old Sithy, the old villain, kind of do what we want energy. You can't stop me, I got more power than you kind of energy. And then I downloaded the mod for the game, which restores a lot of the content that they didn't do in the production that was lost because they were on like a timeline thing. So now I have extra content, but that means the first save file that I did is not valid. It does not work because there's new parameters, and it would probably be a corrupted file or just say that it's corrupted and it wouldn't work until I delete the old mod there. It's important that you clean these every once in a while because they do get really sticky. And these, I'm meaning grinder. If you can't see the video and you're just listening, these is referring to a grinder. Okay, I got a little pile there. It's enough to spice up my life for the day. I think I might actually enjoy that. Don't forget to clean out your buster because it's almost like hash after a while. You build up all this residue in certain areas of your little Buster McGee. And that, it's just pure THC. It's just black rocks of THC, man. Just like the stickiest of the sticky. This thing is so, it's not silver inside anymore. It's dark. It's supposed to be silver in there. All right. Oh, yeah, just get rid of some of the loosey-gooseys. Loosey-goosey Gary Busey. Hope he doesn't mind that I used his name. There's probably a few Gary Buseys in this world, but only one that most people know. Okay, so pretty sure you're supposed to use alcohol or something to clean these. Yeah, there's like, that's just basically hash. Just stuck in my grinder. Look at how dirty that is. I've had this for years. I'm surprised I haven't lost this. Like, I've lost a lot of things in life, different things here and there. But this I never seem to lose. I guess it was priorities. My priorities were right, eh? I even quit smoking and I kept this. Yeah, that is just on there. It's like it's become part of the buster. That's insane. It's going to break my pick. Okay, so we got a box here. What is this box, you ask? What is in the box? Pretty empty. It looks like nothing if you were to do it this way, maybe. But it's supposed to be brown on the inside, eh? There we go. So, I'm just gonna pull a couple choice ones, and then we'll get rolling. Oh yeah. Right at the gate, we'll go for this guy. It smells really earthy. Light fruit notes, but very earthy, like almost smells like the weed plant sweat. Sweat of the plant. If that makes sense. And that should be enough for one more. We'll be doing a couple videos here upcoming. A little preview would be a Ulefone phone review. I'm going to be doing a phone review. I'll do initial impressions and I'll do some usage. Pretty popular phone out there for one of these new rugged smartphones, the ones that are hard to break. So pretty cool. That'll be nice to show you guys and show myself because I got it for myself. And what else will we be doing? Maybe we'll take you out, go into nature soon. And just do a little live stream in nature. I could just let it sit and watch nature and just stream it. Stream a stream. Not too sure what to do yet, guys. Put it in the comments. What do you want to see from the channel? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Have some input from you guys. What do you guys want more of? What can I provide you with? Do you like the ramblings? Do you like the chit chats? Do you like my internal dialogues? Do you like my advice, my knowledge, my experience? Do you like my stories? Do you like the music? Let me know what you guys want to hear more of. What's up? Welcome to the live stream. We are hanging out today. It's just you and me. So, today was kind of a unique day for myself. Got to use an axe at work, which was not my normal. Usually I'm using a paintbrush. And don't forget the special pixie dust that we're putting in this. I won't. Thank you for reminding me. So we're going to use some keef. And we're going to spice up our life with a little bit of this God's dust. The dust from the feet of God. That's hard to show you, but that's a pretty good scoop of keef, man. And we're just going to tap. Oh. Just tap it in there. These are shiny, shiny crystals. Happy 420. Yeah. It's 420 somewhere in some minutes. It's 420 somewhere, though, for sure. And we do appreciate the ganj. This stuff is very helpful to a lot of people, especially people with seizures or people with eating disorder or people with cancers, or this stuff's great. Really, really good when you use it for its intended purpose. Bad when you don't, because it can be problematic and cause some people think like paranoia and all that stuff. That's all right, though. This is going to be kind of a pinner. I don't know if I should add more, but I don't want to get too wrecked with all that crystal. It's kind of a pinner, though. I think I want to add more. Just a little bit to fill in the ends here. Just to make it a little girthy, you know? Everybody likes the girth. There's some worth to the girth. I'd rather have a wide neck than a long neck. Such a random comment. Welcome to the live stream. We're just hanging out. So I'm going to roll consecutive joints here, and I'm not going to smoke them all. Don't worry, I'm not that much of a stoner, man. I am just going to have probably one, and then have a shower, because I haven't gotten out of my work clothes. I'm still wearing them. There's paint on the shirt here. I'll show you. Maybe you can make it out. See the yellow? See the stains all over me? I'm just covered. Head to toe yellow. It's not actually showing up that much. There's a whole tint of yellow. Like my pants are almost not even black in some spots. The back of me, there's some yellow. Yeah. I'm painting fire hydrants. That's why I'm all yellow. If you were wondering. It's good for the city. Looks good. Makes the city look nice. Nice and clean. It's nice when you see bright, vibrant colors as well. When you see bright colors, it makes you happy. It makes your brain happy. So with all these dull fire hydrants all over town, people are feeling kind of dull. So we're going to brighten up their life and just paint some fire hydrants. And somebody that I work with said to me that my job is important. I don't know if because maybe he felt like I felt excluded or like I wasn't doing something important. And he told me, doing those fire hydrants is important because it makes it look like they've been worked on, like they're maintained. As above, so below. If they look good up top, then it probably looks good down below. So I took that to heart and I appreciated his comment. Oh, earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. And then, yeah, I haven't had to fight any dogs. I haven't had any dogs pee on me while I'm cleaning fire hydrants, so that's nice. There's been no rogue peeing. What I saw today, though, was a sign that said, "Please stop leaving your old food here." They taped this to a fire hydrant. "Please stop leaving all your old food scraps here. My dog keeps eating it and getting sick." And then something about the newspaper. I think they said they were going to report it to the newspaper or something, but I didn't. I don't think they wrote that part properly at the very end there. But that's okay. I had to tear that off the fire hydrant. You're not supposed to put stuff on fire hydrants. It's not their property to put stuff onto. So technically, it is their property if they're a member of the public, but at the same time, it's everybody's property. So you can't just be going around and doing things to whatever public property is. So that's the way she goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Hopefully that dog don't get sick again, and hopefully they don't start putting a bunch of old food scraps there. Also got a really good blister today. That is awesome. Look at that bad boy. It doesn't hurt at all. Super full with water. Like it is. It feels like it's a fruit gusher or something. It feels like it wants to burst. It wants to go. No, I was wearing gloves too. I was wearing gloves. Everything. I was wearing these. I was wearing these gloves in my dang pocket. I was wearing these gloves. They're a little big though. Maybe it's because they're extra large and then they slipped around too much. I might have to look into that. It's also because my skin's not tough enough, you just gotta toughen up. This hand's totally fine. It's a little, like, I felt like if I kept going for a couple hours, maybe I would have developed it, but this was like fresh right away. My left hand's a little baby. Needs to toughen up. Um, yeah, just throw this over there by the shoes. Now we're ready for number 3 here, guys. Maybe latex gloves under the gloves. Yeah, that's an idea. Unless the latex gloves rip or whatever. But I got these like Gorilla latex gloves too. They're like super strong latex, which is nice. I get access to the warehouse, the city's warehouse, to get tools and supplies and clothing and gear, whatever I need to do my job. So that's nice. Oh yeah, we like that sound. That's a very, very familiar sound. Yeah, I'm gonna chalk it up as a workplace injury and then write a frickin' report tomorrow. And then if it pops and frickin' bursts open and I get an infection, I lose my thumb or whatever, something crazy, it'll be covered. Because I reported it at work. So that's nice. It's good how that works at least. But here we go. Number 3. This is joint number 1. Look at that uneven mess. Joint number 2. Starting to look better. Look at that. There's no bump here. That's what I was looking at. There's no bump there. That's a good looking one. That's his number 2. is number 1. See that little, it's not even. Whatever. You'll always be your worst critic. There's no one that can be a worse critic than yourself because you know what you did wrong immediately, and then you immediately like judge yourself. It's crazy how that works, but we do. So if you're playing music or you're doing anything where you're displaying a skill or performing in front of others, it's always critical and important to remember not to stop when you mess up. And if you can avoid making it look like you messed up and just keep going, just keep going. Because most of these people out here don't do what you do. So if nobody does what you do, how could they know you did it wrong? They might do it some way that they didn't like you doing it, but it doesn't mean that you did it wrong because you were the one doing it. So you could have been doing some, let's say Yoko Ono, for example. She doesn't sing very nice to some people, but I guess to her and John Lennon, she was singing like a champ. I don't know. Maybe John just tolerated it, but it's kind of subjective. It's art. So you can fuck up and be good. Pardon my language. All right. It's crazy what we consider talent these days. Just be weird, and you're talented. Just do weird things. Make somebody laugh. That's a talent. Who cares about talents? A lot of people care about talents. And then at the same time, it's not really important unless you're using the talent to better the world and the existence of everybody else. So take that into consideration, I guess. Number 3. Here we go. Getting that W. Make the W in the filter. Start doing that roll right away. I think I kind of messed up on the folding, so it's going to pop out one side more than another. But you know what? We're moving forward in life. We're not looking back, are we? Are we? I don't got eyes in the back of my head. We're on the front. But I can swivel. I know I can swivel. But you should be looking forward when you're moving forward. So keep your eyes on the prize, everybody. You too, Gary Busey. Whenever you watch this somehow. Whenever you freaking watch this, Gary. I don't know why, but I feel like you're gonna. Somebody's gonna be like, this man mentioned your name in a video. You might want to watch it just in case he said something weird about you. And then I get Gary Busey as a fan for some reason. It's crazy though. You never know who's on the other side of these old TikTok machines. The old YouTube and majangers. The old TV in my pocket. It's crazy to think like you're just sitting there on your phone. You could be in frickin' Baghdad. You can be in frickin' a cave somewhere that somehow has cell reception. Here is number 3. Now this one is unevenly tight, which is bugging me. But that's okay. I'm going to loosen it to try and get it a little better. Yes, I'm not loving that. But number 3, down the chute. Here we go. Ready to boot. Number 3. Not as good as number 2, I would say. But it's the newest model. So, moving forward. Pretty much I'm just going to roll a lot of joints at this point. Because all I have is like a really cheap pipe that's breaking apart. Or these these little distillate cartridges that you're supposed to vape in. I don't have a battery right now, so we're sticking with the green, man. We're sticking with the what they call it, the flower. Here's the nug. Pretty good. Not too bad. Okay. Don't forget to love yourself today. At some point today, just tell yourself you love yourself. Please do. Please tell yourself that you love yourself so that you can do the best for yourself. Oh, I also had a good conversation with someone from Quebec today. Maybe he'll randomly watch this too. Who knows? His name was William. and we met while he was sitting in his car. I asked William to move his car because he was kind of parked in front of, he wasn't right in front of the fire hydrant, but he was pretty dang close to it. And now the paint that I'm using on these fire hydrants has lead in it. Innately, lead isn't bad by itself, but when you breathe it in, then it becomes kind of dangerous and you might get lead poisoning or. So I wear a mask. I wear one of these big air filter masks, and then I scrape off as much as I can of the old paint. And it's not really scraping. I use a wire brush, and I'm just kind of like getting because the paint kind of curls and peels as the sun hits it, and it gets old. It starts ripping up. There's multiple layers of paint on most of these fire hydrants, so I try and get all that peeled up stuff off, all the layers to be kind of flat at least or smoothish. And then I paint over top. So I'm like scraping the stuff and there's dust in the air. And it could be lead from the paint or it could be asbestos from the cement. So it's kind of dangerous in a sense. If you breathe it in, it won't be very good for your long-term health. So I told the guy, I didn't tell him like that. I just asked, can you move your vehicle? I'm going to be doing this. I explained what I'm doing. I explained the potential risks. And I said, well, I mean, you could stay there if you want. He was like, is this far enough? I'm like, sure, man. It's your health. I don't know. You can park wherever you want, but probably don't want to be right next to it. So he's sitting in his car for like the entire day, it seems. I was there and he was there for a long time. He had issues with his fuel, one of his fuel lines or something. He was like not getting enough fuel and it was just shutting off or whatever. I don't know. He was driving around. He looked under his car and there was fuel leaking and he got worried. I would as well. So then he's just sitting there. He's sitting waiting for his appointment at 2 p.m. and I was there at like 11 or something. He was sitting in his car in the heat, in the summer heat, for like 3 hours. It's insane. So we're like chit chatting. He's probably really bored just sitting waiting for his appointment. So he kind of like made little travel friends while he was there in the moment and chit chatted. He's also speaking French and I'm speaking French with him. Sometimes English because I don't know all the words in French. And sometimes he's speaking in English and sometimes in French. And we're both teaching each other the languages that we both know, but not all of it. So that was cool. And then, yeah, we like parted ways. We shook hands and hope he got his vehicle working so he can continue his hiking adventure. He came all the way from Quebec to adventure in the nature of the Yukon. A lot of people that actually do that. They come all the way out here. He drove 60 hours from Quebec just to come to the Yukon to go walk. To go walk in the Yukon. Isn't that crazy? Think about somebody going all the way 60 hours just to go walk somewhere, not even to like start a new life or like have a specific vacation in mind or like have a tour or anything. Or I'm just gonna grab a book with all the trails and just drive 60 hours to some place and then freaking not know where I am and then walk in nature, get lost. It's kind of cool. It's kind of brave at the same time. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of smart, it's a fun thing. I'd like to do a cross Canada trip one day. I'd like to walk all the way across Canada. That'd be nice. You need some backup money though, before you do one of those trips. At least that's what I feel. Maybe I don't have enough faith, eh? And that's what we were talking about as well. Faith over fear. We were talking about politics a little bit, talking about the local environment, the local government, talking a little bit about frickin' like where's a good place to go touring and hiking, especially right now in the season. Summer's just starting. Not all the places look as pretty as they can be. Okay, number 4. That's what we have. That's pretty good. On par with number 2, I would say. A little bit bigger, a little heftier. Oh, I gotta separate that one though so I know which one has the keef. We're gonna do 5 joints for this video. It's been 30 minutes here. It's nice to know how long it takes while jibber jabbering. And thanks for all your comments, everybody. Thanks for hitting that like button on the video. Thanks for subscribing. It's really nice to have your input. We got OG Skywatch up in the house too with your comments. I've been reading them. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, this bud feels a little less dense, a little bit more flowery, a little bit more stem. We don't mind the stem as long as the bud is good, you know? Some people keep the... Oh, shit. Pardon my language. Some people keep the stems. They make a nice little tea. I wouldn't want to have a little tea with their grandma. Hey. Okay. Last one. Then I'm going to go partake. I'll say goodbye. Thanks for tuning in. I could also pull one rune for the video if we're into that. Pull a rune for the collective. Pull a card for the collective. Oh, I found a seed. Pretty big seed. It's a healthy seed. Never know what to do with these. Need to store it somewhere. Need a little Ziploc bag or something. I'll put you right there for now. I've never grown. That would be an adventure. It'd be nice to grow. I will grow one day. That's our fifth one. That's all she wrote. Do a little scrapey. When your fingers are kind of sticky and you try and let go of the paper, but your fingers are still stuck to it and you don't realize it, and then you like let go of the paper and then all the weed falls out, but the paper sticks to your finger. That's what almost happened there. I don't even know if the screen works. Like, it's probably like clogged my screen. I probably have a clogged screen, man. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Nice to have you here on the adventure. On the journey. If you want to find me on Instagram, my Instagram is @FiestaBrian. I have a song on Spotify currently, and it goes by the name True North by Lonely Company. And if you want to find that, it's free on Spotify. You just gotta listen to an ad, I guess, beforehand, or have a subscription. And otherwise, you can just follow the channel here, and I do post, sometimes more frequently than others. I'm working on a new schedule right now, so we're going to get everything aligned and then have enough time and energy to put towards everything that I would like. But it's important that you are self-sufficient, and as self-sufficient as you can be, and pay your bills and pay your rent and all that stuff, so you can continue to operate within your means, I suppose. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to keep working, which is good for the soul, builds character, develops character, right? Work is good for you. It's not a bad thing. Got a little bit of mess on this one. I rolled this kind of loose. So we're going to have a lot of excess paper, it seems. I got a little zealous with the looseness of this. I didn't pack it properly, but that's okay. Stuff all that back in there. Not everything's meant to be perfect, right? If it was, it'd be very weird. Everyone would feel it wouldn't be perfect anymore. It's crazy how you can, the absence of perfection is what creates perfection. But if there was complete perfection, then there would be no perfection. It would just be normal. Brain. Okay. Now, last one here. Tell me what you think. Put in the comments. Just put a number. What was the best joint that I rolled tonight? I think it's down to 2 and 4. But don't tell me. But tell me. You don't tell me. But tell me. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I done worked 10 hours today and I'm ready to go for more. I didn't really like work solid 10 hours though. You never work solid 10 hours. That's called slave labor. You do need a break. Today I needed a few more breaks than most days because it was a good hot 21 degrees and I was wearing a hoodie and started sweating because I was working. And it was a good day because it was sunny, but it had a little bit of rain randomly today as well, which is kind of weird. Alright, this one's not the best joint. It's a joint though. Yeah, today was a good day. I tried some new stuff. Did some pruning. This is number 5. I did some agricultural stuff today. Cleared some tree. I always feel bad though when I'm painting the fire hydrants and bugs land on the paint. I don't like that. I don't like how I make a trap for bugs. It feels like I'm a bug killer, man. I don't like it. I want the bugs to live, man. Bugs' lives matter. Bugs' lives matter, man. So I was like, what do I do about this? All I can do is paint over them. I basically have to kill them and put them out of their misery because once they get that paint on them, they're not licking that stuff off, man. That's not coming off. So once they hit it, they're done. It's like sticky glue trap paper, and their final destination is friggin' hydrant. Okay, everybody, this is the one for today. I'll have a little, and then maybe play some Knights of the Old Republic. Have a little shower. Get ready for the next day, eh? Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for following.